Okay, ready when you are.
I'm ready, mama. Let's pop this bitch.
If you are a Dfyne girly that stumbled across this video, please know that these are just my own opinions. Take it for what you will. But I'm about to ruffle some feathers. I had so many requests for this video and I have finally tried the Dfyne Impact leggings. Not just the leggings, the shorts. 2 different style sports bras. And I have a lot to say. As I do in all of my videos, we're gonna talk the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's quite a bit of ugly. So let's start with the leggings, shall we? This legging right here has been going viral all over social media. I'm seeing everybody and their grandmother and then their grandma's grandma hype this legging up. So as you can imagine, I was really hyped myself to try these. I said, this is gonna be one of those like groundbreaking leggings. I just know because of the hype, right? So here we are. We have the Dfyne Impact legging in the flesh. This is in the color copper. In my true size small. Here are the fun facts about my size and all that. At first glance, you can tell already, these are one of those famous BBL leggings that we've been seeing every brand come out with. I gotta say, I have a lot of experience in this realm of the BBL fit. You got the ribbed tiered waistband, the classic V-seam, that really durable stitched scrunch, the kangaroo pouches, as I like to call them, let your glutes sit in them real nice, the under glute compression, all of this is very familiar to me. Basically, it rounds out your tush, pushes it down, brings it up, separates right in between to give you that perfect sandwich of a booty. So the idea behind it, we've seen it before. Let's start with the positives first, because we are a positive channel. The shipping, fast AF. Within 2 days, I got all of my pieces. Happy as a clam, perfectly packaged order. Can't say that about a lot of brands actually. Honor Active took a month recently for me. I had to literally follow up, I was so pissed. The length, exceptional. I'm 5'3", I find it really hard to get leggings that hit that sweet spot on me. This legging owns it with sweat concealing. I had literal drops of fake sweat. You know, I did my sweat test and you really didn't see anything. It wicked so well, dry as can be. If you take it to the next level in the gym and you're a heavy sweater, this material will be your best friend. The material being rough and tough and durable, excellent for those more hardcore workouts. And the last little positive I gotta note is the fact that they have little words of encouragement on the inside of their pieces. Their slogan, "Let nobody define you," written in each of the pieces. I think that's a little cute little words of encouragement when you're about to go work out. So on the surface, everything looks gravy. Everything is looking promising until you actually put them on. First of all, these logos, and mind you, some of them have not 1 but frickin' 2 printed on the ribbed waistband. Ow. Like hearing that actually hurt my eardrum hearing myself say that. You know me, girl. I get on brands for giving me a cheap print on a ribbed waistband. That's like building a beautiful sand castle right on the shoreline, right before high tide. Pointless, it's useless. This logo will not stand a chance. It's already starting to peel up. When you put a print, which is already flimsy as it is, that's like the cheapest branding possible. When you put a cheap ass print on a ribbed waistband that's already textured, it essentially never lays flat. It's only a matter of time before stretching around, moving around in this thing and washing it, all these letters are just gonna peel right off. This is the part of the legging that gets stretched the most when going around your hips. I can literally see where this is just gonna peel right up. So the fact that they added it twice on these bottoms kind of pisses me off. Now we have a really boxy waistband. This gives me a moderate support at best. When fitting in my true size small, I'm feeling not a whole lot of grab. There's definitely some room there. They claim this to be a low to mid rise, depending on your torso and things like that. When putting them on exactly so, it's hitting me at a mid rise. But then I get to squatting. As I'm squatting, the whole waistband, everything's shifting down my leg because the rest of the body of the legging is so tight, like to an alarming degree, to the point where I was like, I obviously should have sized up completely. And if you're watching this going, girl, you should have sized up, you would have had a totally different experience, because I know I'm gonna get those comments. Believe me, girl, I already processed that information. But then I said, wait, if I were to size up to a medium, then this waistband stands no chance. If I were to size up in these leggings, it would be like a hula hoop as a waistband. Because it's already dipping, it's already gaping, it's already shifting down. When I squat and stand back up, it's now a low rise on me. Not mad about that, but I am mad about the shifting, because now I can't size up to a medium. Moving on down, I have no problem with this scrunch. We've seen it in the Alpha Elite Pump, plenty of Gymshark leggings. This is the new ideal scrunch bump. The booty pouches, obviously you need that in a BBL. I do believe if you go without, You're gonna sandwich your glutes in. Like, you gotta add in this extra room. This is gonna be the stretchiest part of the legging, obviously. From afar, when you look at me wearing these leggings, you think, oh my God, glutes look awesome. They do. I'm not gonna take it away from them. The glute aesthetic is certainly there, but the fit is so ill-fitting. Now, please, by all means, if you have a different experience, share your thoughts. This is, of course, how it's fitting my body, which it's not fitting my body at all. So I don't mind a compressive fit throughout the leg. I don't mind that at all. I actually don't mind it because I like that about the Alpha Elite Pump. I kind of had the same experience with Alpha Elite Pump when I first tried them. I wrote them off. I said, I hate this. Till I sized up, I had a completely different outlook on that legging. Now, one of my favorites. The only difference between the pump though and this Impact is the fact that this waistband's not lined up with the rest of the legging. I think they at least needed a more compressive waistband so that if I were to size up a complete size and everything else is fitting great, I'm not sacrificing a functional waistband. I had so much restriction in the body of this legging when squatting. It's one thing to be compressive. It's one thing to be supportive. It's another thing to restrict your movement. And I definitely felt that in the joints around the knees. So even though I can appreciate some compression and hold when it matters, this was too intense. I really needed a full size up in the body of this legging. In terms of sheerness, yes, it is a bit sheer. I'm not totally concerned. I just wear a nude seamless thong. If that's a big deal to you, it's something to consider. Me, with this type of legging, with this type of material around the bum, not shocked. You already know I had to try one of the shorts too because it's short season at the moment. This is a 4.5 inch inseam. Dope. So tight around the thighs. It was hard to put my fingers inside the leg. For reference, like that's how tight this bitch was. As you can imagine, I was very uncomfortable in these shorts, but I have to hand it to him. This glacier color is, she's a beautiful, beautiful shade of blue. Obviously they're not rolling because they're literally woven within my own skin. They were so tight. Even though I love the durable scrunch, and perhaps it's because it's all too small altogether, the scrunch is very stiff. So when I squat, I think that's what's pulling down the waistband even more. I just find it to be a little too stiff for comfort. I'm letting you know that in case you plan to actively work out in the gym in this, you're expecting it to be this like glovey-dovey stretchy fit. There's virtually no stretch in the body of this legging. Before we hop into the sports bras, I gotta let it be known, this is obviously not my first Dfyne review. This is my 4th review with them. The first time I tried Dfyne, I tried the Dynamic. You guys remember that? That was a few years back, at least 3 years ago. My impression of that was, it was very Amazon-y. It felt cheapy. Then we moved on to the Ignite, which I felt like was a step in the right direction. Then I reviewed the Defy legging last year, and I was pleasantly surprised with that one. That's what gave me real hope for the brand, where I said, okay, the Defy legging, for me, it seemed almost a little bit underrated because I was like, nobody's really talking about it. Everyone's talking about the Impact. But yet here we are. I actually feel like we took a major step back with the Impact. I can't say I liked these at all. If you're somebody who loves it, great. It's obviously fitting your body way differently. But for me, this is a major pass. Sorry. No disrespect to the brand. They're working very hard. I will not take that away from them. But for me and what I'm expecting out of my activewear, this fell on the cheap side for me. For a $60 legging, I did expect a lot more than this. Please bear with me, I'm just being honest. Now let's move on to the sports bras. Oh no, oh no. Okay, we got the backless bra. I recently tried one of their Bandeaus and it did not hold up at all. So I thought by looking at the new Impact one with the double straps, I said, this looks promising. This must be extra supportive. Maybe it doesn't roll down, maybe it's super functional. Oh my goodness gracious. Whereas the bottoms were far too tight. This was far too big. There was so much extra room at my busts, primarily right here on the sides, where it just felt like it was just baggy now. Now I'm wearing a baggy Bandeau. There's no grip liner or anything around here. You do have removable pads. Love that they add that seam breakup so they don't become one boobie, because a uni boob's not what we're after in this bra at all. But sizing unrelated, I think a grip liner right here would have worked absolute wonders. Because I did do the arm test and it did not stand a chance. That rolled down every chance it could get. Perhaps a size down would work magic, but being as I need to size up in the shorts maybe, I don't know, in the waistband, but then size down in the bra, right away I'm seeing super size inconsistency, ow. There's a huge space here and it just keeps bunching right here. So I don't even know if a size down is gonna help. I would like to think so. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt for that because I feel like I've been shitting on them. And I also tried the Strappy bra because I needed the full matching set. Duh. They call it the Strappy bra. There's not a lot of straps on the back. So the Strappy just means that one strap in the back and the one around your neck. Normally when brands say Strappy bra, there's like a ton of straps back there. This is a halter bra, which I love. I love halter bras, but I don't love this one. So we have the ruching in the middle. Cute little design, giving Gymshark. You know, they love their ruching. Girls are looking okay. Here's my issue. I don't even care that there's no adjustment back here. I mean, sure, that's like a little added luxury, right? But I'm not gonna judge it for what it doesn't have. I'm gonna judge it for what it is. This bra literally hovers on my titties to the point where it is not even close to being considered a functional sports bra. I don't have any support at this underbust. It just wants to keep lifting and making its way up. Perhaps if there were adjustments, it could help, but I'm really not thinking so. I think it's the overall structure of this bra that simply is not working, or lack thereof. There's really no structure to be had. You do have the removable bra pads. They are pretty big and stiff for what this is. This is a minimal, low profile, low support sports bra. I think brands need to pay attention to what type of bra pads they're putting in these bras, because that's gonna give it an overall stiffer, more stiff structured take on this whole look. That's what's adding to the hover. And it doesn't help that you could see them clear as day through the piece because they are so big. So I had virtually no support at the underbust. I couldn't even lift my arms. The whole thing would just come up. My boobs would just be on the floor. On the floor, as if I had boobs that big. Ugh. Now do not get it twisted. I had every intention of bringing all these pieces to the gym, getting proper content, really testing them out, giving it my all, but I decided against wearing them to the gym because unfortunately all of these pieces will be going back. It's not to say that I'm gonna forever write this brand off. I don't do that with brands. I always feel like brands are hopefully striving to get better, and you never know what the future holds. I'm hoping they steer further from the cheapy elements. Take that extra money you're making from all the viral content and just put it towards a better, higher quality. This entire line in general was not up to par with what I thought or expected it or was hoping it would be. There's an overall cheap feel, uncomfortable fit, just ill-fitting all around, inconsistent sizing. And as you can imagine, moving forward, I do feel like I'm a little skeptical of this brand now. There are brands doing this exact same style, but better. So those are the brands I'm gonna focus on that I would normally use in everyday life and that I do use in normal everyday life. Obviously, I'm still open to doing Dfyne reviews. If they come out with new leggings, I will always and forever give a brand a chance. I mean, their Dfyne leggings were impressive to me, so I'm hoping that maybe their next round, they come out with something that's better than this. So, and again, don't get it twisted. I just might end up reordering in different sizes to give it the stamp on the envelope, because if I were to size up to a medium, perhaps that's the game changer I need. I don't have faith in the waistband holding up, but hey, who's to say unless I try it, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you guys found this at least helpful. Thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you in our next video.